about a week. I'm Kathy Isom, Southeast AgNet.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
We'll have sun and some clouds today with a thunderstorm in spots this afternoon and a high of 86 to 90. Then patchy clouds tonight, low 71 to 74. Thursday will be partly sunny, nice day with a high of 87 to 91. Then Friday, look for clouds and a little sunshine, high on Friday 88 to 90. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
Luby Bat Conservancy is excited to welcome everyone back to our 17th annual Florida Bat Festival held Saturday, October 23rd, 10 to 5. Bat Fest is a local family-friendly event held at Luby, where guests can enjoy games and activities in the kids zone, local artisans, food trucks, live music, craft beer from local breweries, and of course, the world's largest bats. Highlights include baby bats born this year and the grand opening of the new Education Center. For more information, visit the Luby Facebook page or www.luby.org/Batfest. Fine Arts of Ocala's 54th Art Festival is back. Mark your calendar for October 23rd to 24th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. 151 artists from around the country will compete for $27,000 in awards. Enjoy live music on 2 stages, chairs for relaxing, food trucks, children's activities presented by the Appleton Museum, and so much more. And it's all free. Admission, parking, children's art projects, and live entertainment. Fine Arts for Ocala, and a fun outing for the entire family. Don't miss out. Again, that's October 23rd to 24th from 10 to 5 each day. Presenting sponsor, Palm Chevrolet. This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Wednesday. Joe.
It's hump day.
I still love that commercial. I don't care every time it
Mike.
comes
You know what
Hump
that is?
day.
You're right.
You just want me to say hump day.
I'll change it just for you. Tom.
Hump day.
You know what day it is?
Yeah, I love that commercial.
It's good day. Yeah. Good day.
So
Yeah.
you were talking about, before we went to break,
The
you were talking
containers?
about before my lovely wife came in and told me there would be no man cave. We were talking about your bucket list, and you had said Disneyland, although you've been, you'd like to go back.
Well, I've been there twice, Disneyland, but that was when I was 19 or 20, somewhere in that vicinity.
When you were in the Navy.
Maybe that's 50 years ago. But I would go, even though I was there back then, I was still looking, and I remembered that this is where Walt Disney digging it. But as you mature, you look at it in a different.
Yes.
Now we're celebrating right now here in Orlando, 50 years, 71, the Magic Kingdom.
Right.
Back then, I'm not doing the math in my head.
16 years before that, Disneyland opened in 1955.
55, October 55.
Right. So you
July.
July 55.
55, yeah.
And so you're talking about 66 years old is Disneyland.
Disneyland, right. So if you're thinking about it, Mr. Walt Disney never set foot at a finished product here in Orlando.
Nope.
Now, he was here, and there's many stories.
But his older brother Roy actually was here for opening day. Walt had passed away.
Had passed away to the shock of everyone. So getting back to Disneyland, I know I could never get a ticket to go see his apartment upstairs. That's a give me.
Right.
That's you've got to have the real big pull.
I've seen photos, but you're never going to get in there.
No, I've seen photos. I've seen the video of the people going in. They give a VIP tour for the people that used to work with.
But unless radio all of a sudden makes you $400 million over the next year or so, you're probably not going to have a chance to go there to see the apartment.
No. I don't even think if I said I want to broadcast live from there, which is possible. I don't think I would get a tour up there. Maybe I would.
You donate $10 million to a Disney endowment, you'd probably get up there. Mm-hmm. Probably get up there then.
I don't even know that because the Club 33 is 10,000 to a year dues.
10 million's a little more than that.
Yeah, 10 million. But I forget what it is to become and you can't become a member. The waiting list is.
So you got South Dakota and Disneyland.
Disneyland. If I had the time and the money, of course, on the money. Let's say money was no object. I'd like to start at the coast at San Diego and go all the way up the coast. And I've been up a lot of the coastline.
Up to 101?
Yeah, up to one. I went up 10, 101.
Because we got A1A here on the East Coast. They got 101 on the West Coast.
Basically, yeah.
It goes from San Diego to Washington.
I've been to Washington. I've been from San Diego all the way up to driven from San Diego all the way up to Hollywood. And then I skipped a little bit. Then I was in like Lemoore, California. Then I was up a little further. Then I was in Oregon. These were actually driving, not flying over it. Oregon, and then into Washington, or vice versa, whichever way you want to look at it.
You'd have to go to Oregon first from California before you got to Washington.
Well, it depends. If you flew into Washington, you come back the other way.
Yeah.
Which I did. But Mount St. Helen in Washington.
Blew up 1981, was it?
80.
81?
80.
80.
Yeah. But you see it on TV. You see movies of it. I'm sorry. It's just like anything else. If you want
the size of that crater that was left is amazing.
I forget how many miles away the
lava.
No, the exhibit is where you go in and you look at it.
Yeah.
And there's two exhibits. One's by Weyerhaeuser, which is the lumber company up there, and then one's by the state of Washington. And you could go to either one, and it's I don't know how many miles away from it, and it's still
massive.
Outstanding. Oh, it's massive. But they left so many miles around where they didn't touch it. They didn't replant it or anything.
Well, because they don't want those people to die or those people to get destroyed if it erupts again.
No.
It's still an active volcano.
Nothing. There was no houses there anyway. Most of it was all trees. But what they didn't replant everything, they wanted you to get the feel. You got trees that are, I don't know how round, snapped. They look like matchsticks.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, Tom. But like anything else.
But you've been there, so that's not on your bucket list.
That's true.
Where's the third place on your bucket list? South Dakota, Disneyland. Where's third place?
I don't know about it. That's a good question for a third place I haven't been.
Because you said there's a lot of places in the U.S. you want to see that you hadn't been.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. But I mean, the top three is kind of a.
See, my top three are
the
Black Hills of South Dakota. I want to see Mount Rushmore. I want to go to the Alamo. Never been to the Alamo.
I know someone I just talked to. Someone's going there.
I've never been to the Alamo. I'd like to go to the Alamo.
I asked them.
Now, this is my bucket list just in the U.S.
We don't want to.
My favorite place that I would go, my best bucket list is Australia, but I don't know that I can do a 20-hour plane ride. I just don't know that I can do it.
With a mask on.
But the Alamo.
Yeah.
And do you know, this is the sick puppy I am. And now, don't get me wrong, I do not ride motorcycles. I do not.
You want to go to Sturgis?
I do not. I've been to Sturgis.
Oh, okay.
Okay, if there was exposed boobies in my 20s, I tried to get there. Okay, so I went to a lot of places like Sturgis.
Okay, so what's your third
Mardi Gras? You know, I went to a lot of places. My third one is I want to rent a convertible.
Okay.
Mustang, Corvette, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
And I want to start in Chicago.
66?
And I want to do the entire 66.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's, you know, but you got to do it in a convertible.
Thelma and Louise.
I want to do it in a convertible. But I want to do 66.
I've been on sections
I want to stand
of it,
and I've stood on the corner in Winslow, Arizona. I've been there to Winslow,
have
Arizona.
you? Yeah.
But I want to do it as an inclusive trip where you start in Chicago. And because my wife's from Chicago, this is something that could be attainable. I could talk her into going with me.
Why not?
Because, and then, I mean, how long would it take I wanted to go if you did a leisurely trip down Route 66?
A month?
Month?
Maybe. If that long.
And now where's it? It dumps out in San Diego or Los Angeles?
Santa Barbara?
Santa Barbara, is that where it is?
Okay. Santa Barbara.
But yeah, I want to do the whole Route 66.
I stumbled on it. I went. My son was in the Army. I went to see his graduation in Fort Leonard Wood, otherwise known as Lost in the Woods, and he had his weekend off. So I said, "Let's go to Springfield, Missouri," and they have this big sporting place that started there. Well, I had to get a whatever at one time, and I was really close to it, and then I went back to Branson, Missouri. And I went to Springfield because I needed a piece for a motorcycle. And where I had the shop was right on the corner of whatever route was and Route 66. So I, by accident, I was on Route 66. Just that one little. But
yeah, a lot of people think Route 66 go across country. It doesn't. It goes from Chicago to California.
Chicago, yeah. But there is a route that goes all the way, US 1, that goes all the way down the coast from New Hampshire all the way down to here.
Yeah, US 1 and A1A both.
Yeah.
Yeah, US 1
But
runs
the one
from-
all the way across, 40 now? Is it 40?
40 goes across, 20 goes across.
The USA.
10 goes across.
Okay.
10's one of the longest because 10 goes from Jacksonville, starts in Jacksonville, ends in San Diego. 10 goes through the Panhandle of Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, down into New Orleans,
Yeah, been through
back
there.
into Texas,
was
down and does the V of Texas.
Oh. Oh, no.
Yeah, you're on I-10 in Texas for 2 days.
So what's the coastal route in California? I thought that was 10.
101 or the 5.
The 5. The 5. You're right. The 5.
The 5.
Because out of Vegas, it's 15
Yes.
to the coast. Yeah.
5.5 hours from LA to Vegas. It's the same distance from LA to Vegas as it is from Ocala to Atlanta.
I did it in 4.
Well, that's because you had a lead foot.
I had a rental too.
You can get out there in the desert though and just cruise.
Well, I went through the desert
You can cruise.
at night, going and coming.
That's even better.
Oh yeah, cooler.
It's even better. It's a lot cooler.
But it's amazing what's out there that people don't know what's out there if you don't travel it that much.
yeah.
All the military.
I know
talking.
because I thought you meant the Coyotes and Roadrunners. I watch Bugs Bunny.
Oh,
You know, somebody made a good
I'm
point.
trying to think of that third one for the.
Somebody made a
bucket
good
list.
point
Yeah.
about that the other day.
What?
The average speed of a Roadrunner.
20?
About 14 miles an hour.
That was close.
The average speed of a coyote, about 27 miles an hour.
Really?
How the hell did that coyote not ever catch the Roadrunner?
He takes a quick right, quick left, quick right. He falls over his own feet.
Well, if he didn't buy Acme so much, he'd probably.
Well,
been a lot better off,
yeah.
you know?
That's for sure.
You know, and there.
Have you been
I
to the
looked
Grand
up-
Canyon?
I have been to Grand Canyon, both sides, the North Rim and the South Rim. I actually did the Brady Bunch tour. That's what they refer to it. Some of the tour guys refer to it as the Brady Bunch tour.
Yeah.
Where you take the burros down.
Oh no!
I rode the donkeys down to the bottom.
No.
Camped for a night and rode the donkeys back out.
I'll do the helicopter.
Here's the strange thing about the donkeys. And it's a lot wider than you think. People think you're hanging. It's not. It's safe. It's very safe. But here's the strange thing about the donkeys.
What?
But it makes perfect sense when you think about gravitational pull.
Well.
From the top
Yeah.
to the bottom.
Uh-huh.
About 2.5 hours down.
Yeah. Okay.
From the
Wow.
bottom to the top.
5.
About 6 hours up.
Oh yeah, sure. I hope that bathroom breaks on the way up.
They do.
It's like,
So.
where's the bathroom?
And now I don't know if they still, I don't know with COVID, if they still have, but I know in 1996,
Yeah.
I took the burro tour where we went down to the Florida Canyon, spent the night in the canyon, and then came back out of the canyon.
No.
But you know, here was the thing about the canyon, and don't get me wrong, the Grand Canyon is picturesque. It's amazing. As you're driving along, once you get in the national park and the tree lines on the right side of your car, you have no idea the canyon's right there too. Till you take that big turn, and then there's the canyon.
Oh really? Okay.
But growing up in Georgia,
Yeah.
even though it's not on the same massive scale as the Grand Canyon, we had something called the Tallulah Gorge,
Oh.
which is where they filmed Deliverance, the movie Deliverance.
Oh.
Those massive sheer walls and everything.
Oh yeah.
So even though the Grand Canyon is spectacular,
Yeah.
I'd already kind of seen a little version of it being from Georgia. So the Grand Canyon to me was not as amazing to me as, say, the great sequoias. I saw the great sequoias in California. To me, the sequoias were this tree is alive, and DOT has built a tunnel through it. The tree is perfectly alive.
Oh yeah.
And there's a car tunnel through the tree.
Oh yeah.
Because the tree's so
And they're
massive.
what, 25, 2,500 years old or whatever?
The tree's so massive that they had to build a tunnel through the tree, and it didn't kill the tree.
No. I remember coming from Washington State going towards California, and as you're driving, you watch the trees get wider and wider and wider and yeah.
The painted desert at sunset, much greater to me than the Grand Canyon.
Well, you've got to look at. Did you ever see my screensaver on my computer?
Yeah.
That's a shot from Oregon Beach.
Right.
I mean, it's like the beach is black. It's a little. Oh yeah.
You know,
Again, if you're not there, it's like I could describe it to you all day long, and it's like
you never,
you have to experience.
So what's the dumbest thing you've ever stopped and done? Like, you know,
I grabbed.
like
well, you want me? I'll tell you.
somebody would say, well, that's easy, south of the border. That's a dumb place to stop. Okay, I agree.
I've never been.
You know what it is? North Carolina, South Carolina border. It's a dumb place to stop.
No.
But I've never stopped there. But it's a dumb place. I stopped there once, to be honest with you.
You're gonna lie.
What's the dumbest tourist trap you've ever stopped in?
Vegas, $1 hot dog. It was the damn thing weighed about a half a pound or a pound. I took 3 bites of it and then threw the rest of it away. It was like, I don't think a dog would eat it, but I just did it to do it.
Yeah, the $1 hot dog that comes with the chili and all that. And
I mean, it was massive.
Yeah, I ate it.
You ate the whole thing?
Whole thing.
Oof.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
It went down a lot easier.
yeah, hell yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and put that out there.
Oh, I knew that. I know. Just after the second bite, I went,
no, I stopped.
I didn't think a dog would eat this thing.
We stopped
when
we were driving cross country from North Carolina to Vegas.
You drove?
Yeah, in a Geo Tracker soft top.
Oh, that was nice.
Loud. But we drove. We went and saw the ball of yarn.
The who?
The big ball, the Guinness Book of World's ball of yarn.
Ball of yarn.
Yeah, there's a ball of yarn in New Mexico. It's the world's largest ball of yarn. It's like 4 stories tall.
Are you serious?
It was the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Did you pay to see it or was it free?
$5.
Was it underneath a pavilion or something?
In a building. $5.
Oh, enclosed building?
$5.
Where's the big rubber ball
I don't know.
of rubber bands?
I don't know.
I heard there's a big one of those too.
There is. I don't know, but that's the dumbest thing. And you know,
there's a lot of tourist traps.
I've done some dumb tourist things. Okay.
The biggest rocking chair?
I've seen Rock City. You know what
Tennessee?
I mean? Yeah.
No, I haven't seen. I've seen signs for it.
Well, yeah, the Red Barn would see Rock City.
Yeah.
I've seen Rock City.
Seen Rock City.
You know, I've been to Weeki Wachee.
No, I've never been in there. I drove by it, but I haven't been in it. Yeah.
You know, it's actually a good thing though.
What?
And I'm going to plug something I probably shouldn't. Joe will probably get pissed, but what do I care? Joe says Tom Schmitz on it. If you buy the annual pass to the Florida State Park system, you have unlocked a myriad of amazement.
State Park?
Yeah, because you can pay, it's like $70 for a season's pass, for a family season pass. And that gets you into any state park, because usually it costs $2 to get in the state park.
Yeah.
Except Homosassa Springs, it's $13. Because it's got the zoo and everything.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But the $70 family
14,
pass gets you into anything.
Yeah.
You can get in the Homosassa, you get all of it.
That's a good price.
And you pay for that. And the amazing, some of the parks you don't even think about that we have.
There's a lot of state parks out there.
A lot of state parks that are just, if you've never taken that 1 mile boardwalk tour of Homosassa State Park, Homosassa Springs State Park. You never
1
know.
mile? Is that the one with the hippopotamus?
Uh-huh. Yeah, that boardwalk is
It's a mile?
It's a mile.
Oh, I've done that many times.
And you've got all the animals that were wounded that were Florida. They're originals of Florida, and they can't go back in the wild.
And they got all the pink flamingos.
And the governor made the hippopotamus a actual Florida animal. Just that one hippopotamus. It's the only hippopotamus indigenous to Florida because of a governor decree.
It's a she, I think.
Right, yeah.
And Louise.
And she eats massive amounts of lettuce and cabbage.
But she's 50-something odd years old.
Yeah.
She's not going to be there much
Florida
longer.
Resident. The governor made her an official Florida resident so she could be in Homosassa State Park.
Well, when they made that the state park, she came with the park because there was a zoo there.
Yes.
So
just like they had one at Silver Springs. For the longest time, they had a big zoo at Silver Springs.
I remember. I was there before.
Well, you saw the end of it.
2010?
Yeah, you saw the end of the zoo. Oh. Back in the 80s, the zoo was very nice.
Oh.
It was very, very nice. Yeah. But back in the 80s, Silver Springs was very nice.
Well, here's something I'll tell you about. State parks. You go to a state park if you're a veteran and you have your DD 214 or your veteran card with you. You go to the ranger there, you present your card, they assign you a ticket for life, and you don't pay to get in any of the state parks in Florida.
Can I get your DD 214, please?
Not mine.
I need to get a state.
No, I value that's in my wallet, and I value that thing. And but I'll tell you, not the DD 214 to pass. I mean,
but the amazing thing is the state park system.
Oh, there are so many out there.
Yeah,
you know, Weeki Wachee is a state park.
It is,
and I haven't still gone in there.
You ain't missed much.
Well, say you've done it.
You ain't missed much.
Say you did it once.
You know what my favorite still. What do you think? Knowing me, knowing who I am. If you had to pick a state park in Florida, what would be my favorite state park?
Does it have to do with sports?
It does not.
Oh, well, I'm in shock. I figured it'd be having to do with sports there. Is it in Marion County?
It is not.
Is it in Orange County?
It is not.
Ay, 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 ay. Is it north of Ocala?
Yes.
Oh, well, getting closer. Yeah. North of. Is it on either coast?
Yes.
Is it on the Gulf Coast?
No.
Oh, okay. It's on the Atlantic coast. Okay. It's a state park on the Atlantic. Oh, St. Augustine?
It's actually a national park.
St. Augustine?
It's not a state park. It's a national park.
Yeah, the fort at St. Augustine?
Yeah, Castillo de San Marco.
I hit it.
The fort.
I hit it.
Yeah. Yep, that's my favorite place in Florida.
I've been by there. I haven't been in there yet.
You've never been in the
fort?
Fort at St. Augustine.
Yeah. I've been in many forts, so yeah, but yeah.
I mean, it's an amazing place with you see the barracks and everything. I mean, it's just
I used to go to Fort William Henry in Lake George, New York.
I know exactly where it is. Good morning. You're on Ocala Talks with Joe and Tom.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, Hugh. How are you?
How the heck are you?
Oh, I'm wonderful. I'm loving the weather. We got the best time of the year coming up until probably around May, until it starts heating up again.
What do you mean start? Wait. Go ahead.
Speaking of state parks now, Silver Springs, is there anything other than the glass bottom boats that is going on over there?
You can walk around. They have the botanical gardens. The botanical gardens are there. You can walk down to and traverse down to the Sea Hunt docks where they film Sea Hunt at Ross Island. Ross Allen Island is still open. So there's stuff to walk around and see yourself. But there's the only amusement rides, as it were, is just the glass bottom boats.
Yeah, there's no shows. They have the old pavilions there, but there are no shows.
And all the restaurants and all are closed up.
Oh, they closed them finally?
And the main bathroom, all closed off. The only bathroom you can use is the one at the very entrance of the park after you walk out past the front gate.
Oh, my goodness. So the restaurants are closed?
The restaurants are all closed.
The museum?
Museum's closed. Open a few days a month.
Yeah, it sounds to me like you're not going to get a beer there, so you're going to have a couple before you go in, right?
100%.
Oh, my goodness. Somebody has to come up with an idea to get people in there.
I got an idea, but people don't want to listen to me. Hey, thanks for the call, Hugh.
Thanks, Hugh.
I got an idea. People don't want to listen to me. The state should not have Silver Springs. The county should run Silver Springs.
More money.
The county should run Silver Springs.
And why?
Because the county knows more about the heartbeat of what's going on in this area than the state does.
Well,
the state just owns it and just lets it sit there. The county would bring back swimming to the springs.
Could we not? It's a state, so we have state representatives. We have Congress people. Couldn't they feed them information on our behalf?
I've been Stan McLean's ear every chance I get about Silver Springs, because he's our representative that deals with Silver Springs, and his response is, "I'm working on it, Tom." Well, you got to take the man at his word. He's working on it.
Stan, I believe he.
I do.
He said
but
that.
Think about this. Think about Devils. There's a Devils, not Devils Millhopper. There's a Devils something that's over in Williston, and you scuba dive in. It's a big cave. It's scuba dive. Mm-hmm. I have friends of mine that are in law enforcement and scuba rescue from the Atlanta area, the Augusta area, the Savannah area. They all take vacation trips to this Devil's place, Devil's Hole, and scuba dive on vacation trips at the tune of, for a weekend trip, it's like $500, $750.
That's not bad.
You could get that and more at Silver Springs if you would allow them to cave dive at Silver Springs.
We have caves?
Oh, that's what the springs are, Joe, are caves open to the aquifer.
Okay. You said the springs themselves.
Yeah.
But how much?
Underwater caves.
You could
how
much pressure do they push up those springs?
Yeah. But scuba divers could come. That'd be an ecotourism tourist boom, the money that would bring in. States like, Sierra Club doesn't like it. We're not going to bother with it. Yeah, tree huggers don't want it. We're not doing it. It'd be too much of an effort.
It just amazed me. Now, years ago, there was swimming there.
Yep.
And you can see where it was.
Yep.
It was. They have two. I think they have two benches you could sit where the beach used to be.
Certainly.
And you got to watch when you go there. Make sure the alligator's not sitting there before you. Yeah.
You're still worried about alligators. How long you been living in this state?
Yeah, well, I still worry about alligators. I have a lot of meat on me yet.
Yeah, there's a lot that could be done at that state park. Like, that doesn't even take into, we're just talking about the Silver Springs amusement park side. We're not talking about the Silver River State Park side where there's a village that sits empty that the school board don't. Look, see, now you're going to aggravate me.
Now you got, what's the other one that has that road off of Baseline? Is that what you're talking about? Where the museum is? Not the one that they closed.
Where the museum is, yes.
That one's still open though, right?
It is still open. I'll tell you about that and how that's a waste of time. And how it could be better.
Oh, better. Okay.
When we come back after this timeout, you're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Are you or your loved one being released from a hospital and wondering how you'll manage? Inform your physician that you want to go to Palm Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262.
And pride. Data collected by the National Institutes of Health show that people who received a shot of the Johnson & Johnson coronavirus vaccine have a stronger neutralizing antibody response if they receive an mRNA shot instead of a second J&J booster shot. Russia is not one of the 30 countries invited to this week's virtual counter-ransomware summit hosted by the White House. The involved nations will discuss ways to crack down on global cyber criminal networks